Did Chiefs actually make a mistake by not signing Amansio Canhembe? Well, let's talk about it. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo. I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Khosi Football Club, and we are looking at the pros and cons of signing Amansio Canhembe because this is a player, a Mozambican winger slash attacking midfielder who came and had a trial with the Chiefs, and then Chiefs ended up not calling him back and bringing him back to basically sign for a Chiefs. And the agent, yeah, did say they were waiting for a call, but then he added, oh, there were also teams that were interested, mentioned the team from Morocco that is fighting relegation, and he also said he could go to Europe. And then that made me go, okay, it feels like someone is trying to oversell their player. Because we know these agents, right? They make it seem like there's a high demand for their players, and then they make the other team or the team that is interested in the player to panic and say, oh no, this player is in demand. Everybody wants him. Because right now, where is Neymar? As far as I know, he's a free agent. He's not signed to any team. So all of that, he said that in January, we're in what? It's March now, and there's been no movement. But is it possible Uguti is waiting for a Chiefs for the reasons that we are going to talk about? Please like the video and yeah, comment in my comments letting me know what you think about this player and my points that I'm about to share. So the first one is that when it comes to Pros, is a physique yakhe and combining that with the position that you are playing in. So he is a very physical player. For one, he's a very tall and big guy. And when it comes to midfield yet, we have talked about how much we need our players to be physical in that midfield. You need your players to bully the midfield that you are playing against, because if you are not bullying the opponent, then you end up being bullied in football. That's basically what happens. And I know people would say, but what does that have to do with the player who is an attacking midfielder? Yeah, baba. Everyone who's playing in a team, Max, Liverpool just walloped Manchester United by 7 goals to nil. But look at everyone who was in that midfield at Liverpool. They were bullying everyone to a point. Yoguti Bruno Fernandes was saying, please sub me now, just sub me. And that's what happens if everyone in that midfield is working hard and they're physical and they're working. That's just the first aspect here. The second aspect here, which people will obviously be interested in, is that as an attacking midfielder, he's good on the ball. I guess you don't just get a surname Neymar if you are not good on the ball, right? So I think that's where it also comes from, because I watch some of the videos on YouTube, which sometimes are not very reliable. But anyway, we're not there. The point is, from what I saw, Uguti, yes, he seems like a player who is very comfortable on the ball. And once again, going back to what Zwane always says, he wants his players to play with arrogance. And if you have a player who's confident enough on the ball, then he ticks the first box. You're good. Oh, does he fit the style of play? Wait, where's my pen? Oh, comfortable on the ball. Then he ticks that box. And also, another con, I guess, also it could just depend on who his agent is the fact that he actually made it to a team that plays in the Portuguese league, and not just like the second division or the third division. No, like first division, where there are Abo Sporting, where there are Abo Benfica. And of course, it will segue into this. Uguti, that team deemed him not good enough because they ended up releasing him, which is then sad, because you're thinking, ish, we thought you were good. But that's a sign you're good. If an agent of a team that is playing in that league, albeit the team was fighting relegation, but you can take any team from the Portuguese league and play them against a team in South African football, you will see the difference would be night and day. So the level value that he has played on in and he has been exposed to, it's also a very big con Uguti he has played in that. And also the fact that he got to a point Uguti Chiefs were giving him opportunities to play in some games when he was trialing. That also says there are some aspects of his game that Chiefs were actually satisfied with. Having talked about the good things about him, let's look at the bad things that may make Chiefs to end up not signing him. They already didn't sign him, right? But before we do that, guys, again, please like the video if you're enjoying the content. The first con is that 25 years of age, and you look at where he's been, he does not have stats, guys. Like I searched and I thought, oh, transfer market is not showing this. I searched other websites. I tried Wikipedia, like trying to see what has he done, what has he achieved. Because even for Mozambique, for a national team, he's always just benched. You don't see how Lomchida, when is he actually playing, even for a national team yakhe? I guess one can say, oh, it's a pro, the fact that he's even called to a national team yakhe, because the one time that he did play actually did score a goal. But then again, after that or beyond that, he's just not playing for a national team yakhe, even though he gets called up to a national team. So it's like he is probably one of those players who can just be good enough for 5 minutes, but then to play for 90 minutes, not so great. And you're not going to need a player like that at Chiefs. You're not going to want a player who's not going to give you consistent performances. Because, I mean, not disrespect to Mozambique, but I don't think they have like that huge and high talented squad to a point ukuthi a player who's actually played in Europe does not get a place to start in a Mozambican side that usually doesn't even qualify for AFCON. It just tells you ukuthi there are other players who are deemed to be much better than him, even for his national team. And I know ukuthi once you're at national team level, it's usually other players who are as good as you. And if he's not that great, it makes me question ukuthi, kanti what are the filters that each Chiefs goes through? Because I look at him and I say, how? I don't see that much of what's this thing? Stats akhe kanti aphi. So where did Chiefs actually look? Did they also watch a YouTube video like me and say, guess what? This player looks like he could be a decent player. So let's go and sign him. Or is it just this recommendation system? Do they sign players actually based on ukuthi so and so recommended that player? Because again, that will give us inking. Another thing that I haven't talked about is also, once again, same thing I said about Uchapar, is that if Neymar wasn't signed in January, the problem is, will they now say they are going to prioritize him? I know he's a free agent and usually Chiefs lean towards signing free agents. Will they say, okay, we need this player and he can be good enough to fill those foreign spots? Because once again, it's something that you talk about, Uguti. If you are in South Africa, 5 players from outside the country can play. And are you going to make him fill the spaces, basically, that I do feel like they've already been wasted on a certain player that I won't say again? Will they actually prioritize him to that point if initially they thought it wasn't even good enough to come back for the Chiefs? Or was it because they prioritized Utetlokwe, no Sahil, and they still go back to him? It's going to be interesting to see. Guys, what do you think about Neymar? Let me know down on the comment section below. If you're watching the video up to this point, that means you're enjoying it. So please share it on your socials. Thank you thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, remember, equals and Pelomoy.